The function g of x is given by g of x equals x minus 50 times the quantity x squared plus 90x plus 100 all over x squared minus 250. Which statement is false about g of x? So you want the lie. So let's see what we can do. Let's factor all this out. You can't do much with x minus 50. It's already x minus 50. This is going to be fun. Think of two numbers that add up to 90 and multiply out 100. Go ahead, think of it. You can't. They don't exist. You can't factor this out, at least not without our good friend, the quadratic formula, which I don't know if I need to whip out, but we'll see. Now on the bottom, this does factor out. This is difference of squares to x minus 50, x plus 50. So what's important to know about this guy right here, right, is let me just write out one more set of factoring things, okay? This is going to be x minus 50, nothing changes there. This does factor out, but both of these numbers are going to be ugly, terrible numbers because you would only be able to do this using the quadratic formula. So whatever numbers they are, they're not going to be pretty. It's not like they're going to factor out and you're going to get like x equals 1 and x equals, no, they're going to be bad. Down here, you get x minus 50 and x plus 50. So the magic numbers here are going to be 50, some negative ugly number, another negative ugly number, 50, and negative 50. So at the very least, this is what I definitely know, okay? What I definitely know. U and U are the same, which means 50 is a whole. Negative 50. And by the way, same thing with regular 50, since the only way that you're going to get answers for this, they're going to be ugly numbers, there's no way that any of them are going to be 50. So none of these are going to match up, none of them. So negative 50 is a vertical asymptote no matter what. And whatever these guys are, who cares, they're going to be zeros. Okay, so a whole exists at 50. Is that a true statement? Yes. I want the false statement, so A is not going to work for me. A vertical asymptote exists at negative 50. Is that a true statement? Yes, so you're not the one I want. This graph will appear linear. Now, a graph will appear linear if something like this happens. Now, this is what's going to happen. What the graph will look like is it will look like me crossing this out. So this graph is going to look like me getting rid of the x minus 50s and me being left with some ugly x, no comment, and another ugly x, no comment on my dating history, all over x plus 50. Now that's going to look like x squared blah 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 over x blah blah blah. That is not linear. That's not going to look linear. And before you get excited and say, but x squared over x, I know that, but nothing here is going to cross out. So this is going to maintain rational behavior. It's going to look like this. It's going to look like that no matter what you do. Okay, so this will not appear linear, which means this is going to be my false statement. This is the one that I want. Okay, now if you're wondering g of 0 equals 2, what does that mean? Well, that means if I were to plug in 0, would I get 2? Well, let's find out if I were to plug in 0 by doing very quick math. If I plug in 0, you would go away, you would go away, you would go away, you would go away. So I would be left with negative 50 times 100, which is negative 5,000, over negative 2,500. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. 5,000 over 2,500 is 2. So you are a true statement. So C, this graph will appear linear, is the only one that won't work. It's the false one, which means it's the one that we want. We want the lie, and the devil is a liar. But in this case, we're going with it. So like and subscribe, please.